Hello guys, welcome to Cybercrust YouTube channel. So guys, today I'm back with an exciting information for you. Like I'm going to start a full series on best scripting. So guys, you can save this playlist, and in this full playlist we'll go deeper into the best scripting from beginner level to the advanced level. And guys, before going to the best scripting, you need to install the Kali Linux in your system. So I'll give the video in the I button. You can check that video for the full Kali Linux installation process. And now in this series I will provide you the notes, and don't worry, that will not the lengthy notes. The notes will cover the bullet points and some of the important information, and I will provide you the scripts those we are going to run. So in this full series we will go with the theory, and then we will perform the live practical in the Kali Linux. So guys, without wasting the time, let's dive into the computer screen and start the series. So guys, let's start with BASE. So BASE, or Born Again Shell. This is a command line interpreter and a scripting language. And before that, this is the default shell in the Linux system, including the Kali Linux. So it allows us to automate the tasks, control the system behavior, chain Linux tool efficiently. Most case, we use the BASE scripting for writing the script in pen testing, monitoring, deployment, and system administration. And now it's time how the base script works. So the script run from top to bottom, and command are executed in order. So exit status determine the success and failure, and script interact heavily with files, processes, users, and networks. So this is a basic information about the bash scripting. So now what is the format for the bash scripting? So we generally start the bash script with a shebang. So here we have the shebang information, like using this command. So this is the basic command for this shebang. In order to start a bash script, we generally use this command to start a bash scripting. So what is the shebang? So shebang tells the system which interpreter to use. Like here we have highlighted that we use the best interpreter. So bash scripting follow the Linux command. So this is the most important thing. Like we use mostly the Linux command to write a bash script. So like here we have the step like how to run the bash script. Like to run a bash script, we start the script with a shebang and use the Linux command to write the script. Then we have to save that file with the .sh extension, and then we have to change the mode to the executive mode. So in order to run a bash script, first of all we have to change the executive mode. So for that we will use the command chmod. So here we have the command, like we will use this command chmod plus x, and then we'll define our file name. So here is the process, and at last we can run the file using the command. Use this command to run our bash file or the bash script. So yeah, this is a basic information about the bash scripting. And guys, in this video we have covered the basic definition and how to save and how to run a bash scripting file. So in the upcoming video we are going to learn about the different concepts of bash scripting. So guys, now let's test a bash scripting. So here I have a sample bash file. So this is the file named as sample1.sh. So here I have started this file with the shebang, and here I have just used only one command, that is echo, and hello, welcome to my bash world. So let's run this file. So I'll simply exit this file from here, and now here we will try to run that file. So before running, as we know, we have to change the mode. So I will type chmod and plus x, and that is the sample1.sh, and I will give a enter. So now we can run that file using this command, and I will give a enter. So here you can see we have got the output, that is hello, welcome to my bash world. So now let's try something new. So I will simply open that file, and here we will try to add another command, like I will do another echo. So don't worry what this echo works like. With the upcoming video we'll discuss this in details. So now let's type here, this is my first base script, and I will simply exit, and before exit we can save this file. I will give a enter. So now it's time for the mode. So I have done that, and now we can simply run that file. So guys, here you can see we got the output, like this is my first bash script. So guys, today we are in the day 2 of bash scripting series. So guys, in today's video we will discuss the variables and the arguments. And guys, don't worry, first of all we will go with the theory, and then after we will do the live practical in the Kali Linux. And guys, I will give the full playlist link in the I button. You can get access to the whole playlist. And guys, you can save this playlist and you can share with your friends. So guys, like this video, and let's move on to the computer screen and start today's video. So guys, let's start with variables. So guys, as we know, variables are the containers that stores the data. But in base script, we have a new thing, that a variable in a base is a name storage location used to hold data, that is the string, the numbers, the command output, the file paths and user input. But here the main thing is all the data are stored as a string. Like base doesn't have any data types. Like all the things are stored as a string. Variable allows scripts to be dynamic, reusable, automated, and user-defined. We have some of the key characteristics of base, like no data types are available in the base, and this is the case sensitive one, and no space around the equals to. Like we'll do this in the practical. We'll like this point. We can check this point practically in the script, and we can access to the variable using this command, and we can store the output commands also, and exit in memory during the script execution. So we have some of the types of variables. So here we have the first type, that is the user defined variable. So user defined variables, these are the variables that is created by the script writer. Then we have the second one, that is the system variable. So these are provided by the system. So here we have some of the system variable examples, like home, user, path, shell, and pwd. We will look each of these command in the script, so don't worry about this. And we have the third one, that is the read only variable. So these are the variables that cannot be modified. So guys, this is a basic information about the variables in the bash scripting. So now we can move towards this script and we can try all this practically. So before that, let me split this screen. Like we can do one thing. On one hand side, we can run the script, and on the other side, we can see the output. So let's fix that. So guys, now let's start the practical task. So guys, here I have a sample one.sh. So as this script is only covered with the variables. So first of all, here we have started with the cbang, and then this is a command line. So sorry, so this is the command line. So we can use the command line using the hashtag. So this is the command line, like when we will execute this script, so this will not run. So now here we have the first variable that is named as name, and guys, here you can see after the equal to sign there is no space. So here the name value is Kali user and the tool is nmap. So now here we have used the echo command and we have called this variable name. So here we have used a user, and using a dollar sign we have used the variable, and here we have the tool. So now here you can see we have the system variables. So these are the system variables, and we have used these using the echo command. And at last here you can see we have the read only variable. So here you, to use a read only variable, we have to use the read only command. So we have used the read only command, and here the variable name is API key, and here is the value. So we have used this using the echo, and here we have called the variable. So now we can simply run this file, and guys, here you can see, like first the echo is user, and here we have called the variable name. So here you can see user, that is the Kali user. Here the name value is Kali user. So here you can see that. Then the security tool is nmap. So here security tool, and then we have called the tool. So that is the nmap. And now for the system variables, like the dollar home. So the home value is like, here we have the home path, then we have the user, then we have the full path to this folder or directory. Then for the cell information, like here we have the cell information, and then the pwd or the present working directory. Here we have the present working directory. And at last, here we have the read-only variable. So here we have called the read-only variable using the echo. And here you can see this value. So guys, this is the sample script for the variables. So now we can move towards the arguments. So guys, now let's start with the arguments. So arguments are the value that is passed to the script at the runtime via the command line. So this makes the script flexible, interactive, and reusable for different targets. Like simply arguments are the simple values that we can enter using the runtime of any script. So guys, here we have some of the argument variable with the meaning, so we can check this. Like for the script name, we can use the variable like $0. And for the first argument value or the second argument value, we can use the numbers like 1 to 9. We can use those numbers for the argument values. And then for, if at a time we want to call all the arguments, so we can use this command $@. So using this, we can get all the arguments values in an array or in a list. So for the number of arguments, we can use this command like $#. And for last command status, we can use this value. And for the script PID, we can use this. So like here we have the argument variables, and here we have the names. Sorry, we have the meanings. So you can go through this. So guys, now we can check for the practical, like we can check a script and we will run that. So let's start the practical for the arguments. So guys, now let's start the practical with the arguments. Like here I have the file that is the sample2.sh. So guys, here you can see we have the cbank at the starting, and here I have used the echo command to call the variable, the argument variables. Like here we have used for the script name, we have used the $0. For the first argument, we have used the $1. For the second, that is the $2. And the total number of arguments, I have used the $. This will give the output with the total number of arguments. And for all arguments values, I have used $@. And for the last command status, we have the command here, and for the script PID. So guys, now let's run this script and we can check for the output. So guys, we know for the arguments, we have to give the arguments variables or the argument value at the runtime. Like here to run this sample2.sh, I've used the command, and now here we can give the argument. Like here you can see these are some of the samples. So like we can also change this. So this is the second, and then here I have the third argument. So like I'm giving three arguments, and like now we can run the script. So here you can see for the script name, like here I have the script name sample2.sh, and here you can see we have that value here. Then for the first argument, like here we have the first argument is cyber. So here we have that value. For the second argument, here we have the crust. So here you can see the second argument, and the total arguments, like the total number of arguments. So here we have three arguments. So here you can see the output is 3. And like for all arguments value in one array or in one list, so here we have those values. And for this last command status, we have the 0 and script PID. So don't worry about this. In the upcoming videos, we will learn about the exit status and the script PID. So don't worry about this. So guys, this is a sample script for the arguments. So guys, today we are in the day 3 of best scripting series. So guys, in today's video, we will discuss about the conditional statements and the exit status code. So guys, don't worry, I will give the full playlist link in the I button so you can get access to the whole playlist. And guys, without wasting the time, let's dive into the computer screen and start today's video. So guys, first of all, let's start with the conditional statements. So guys, as we know, conditional statements comes like when we want to take any decision or it's time for the decision making process. So at that time we use the conditional statements. So here we have like conditionals allows a base script to make decision based on command success or failure, like file existence, user input, numericals or string comparison, and system states. So for this decision making process, we use the conditional statements in bash scripting. Then like why base conditions are important, like it enables logic in script, prevent errors, improve security, automate decision, handle unexpected situation. Without conditional, scripts are static and unsafe. So for these reasons we use the conditional statements in the base scripting. So guys, here we have some of the file test operators. Like in bash scripting, in order to make decision using some of the files, like we have to use some of the flag or operators. So like for the regular files, we have to use -f, for directory -d, for existence like -e, for readability -r, writability -w, and for executability -x. So like we use these flags to signify some of the files and to make some of the decisions. So guys, here we have the string comparison. Like base scripting, to compare the string we have to use separate operators, and to compare the numerical value we have to use the separate operators. So like here we have some of the operators and with the meaning. So these are for the string comparison, and guys here we have for the numeric comparison. And yeah, at last these are the logical operators, so we can use this for the and for not. So guys, this is a simple instruction or knowledge about the conditional statements in bash scripting. So now we can move towards the script and we can watch out this practically. So let's dive into the script. So guys, here we are in the sample1.sh file. Like here we have a sample script. So guys, here we have started with the shebang, and like here we have declared the variables. So here we have used the read command like to take the command line arguments. So like here we have a sample note, like here enter your age, and we have declared here the variable age, and then we have done a echo. And after here we have done the numerical comparison. Like here we have the conditional statement, like we have used the if else, and we have ended it with a 5, the reverse of if. So here we have used the numerical comparison. So here if the age is less than 18, then we will declare as minor. Else, if age is less than 60, then we will declare as adult, or else senior. So like let's run this script here. So to run this script we know the command sample1.sh, and we can give enter. Like here you can see enter your age. So I will give it 21 and let's give enter. So like here you can see like this statement, your age is here, we can see that is 21, and we were declared as adult. So yes, now it's done. So then let's scroll down and get some other examples. So here we will do the string comparison. Like here you can see the variable declaration. We have declared the variable here, the user, and we can do the string comparison. So if user equals to root, if the user value is equals to root, then echo will come admin user. Okay, let's try this. Let's try root and give enter. So here you can see we got the admin user. Let's do one thing. Like we can do here, like we can add another statement. I will do elif enter a valid user. So I will save this. Yes, I have saved this one. So now let's run this. So first of all, this script we have to run, and here, like if I will do another one, so here you can see enter a valid user. So yeah, like this the conditional statements work in the numerical comparison, and here we have tried the string comparison. So now let's try the logical comparison or using the file operator. So guys, here we have the final script, that is like here we will try the logical comparison with the file operator. So here we have declared the variable like with the file name, that is a file.txt. We have declared the variable, and here we have used the conditional statement like if the file is readable and the file is a regular file, then we will get the echo like yes, file exists and is readable, or else we will get the file is missing or not readable. So let's run this script. So like this one is the previous one, and here you can see like the file.txt exists and is readable. So yeah, so guys, this is a basic script about the conditional statements. So now let's move towards the exit code. So guys, here we have the theory like exit code in the best scripting. So what is the exit code? So exit code is nothing but a written code in the numerical value that give us the instruction like whether the previous command or the previous script has run successfully or not. So if we'll get a 0, then the previous code is success or previous script is success. And if a non-zero, then it might be some failure or errors. So like here we have some of the exit code with the meanings, like if we'll get a 0, then that is success. If we'll 1, so general error. With 2, misuse or cell building. With 126, that is a permission issue. With 127, that is a command not found. And with a 130, that is a script terminated with a control C. So these are some of the exit code. We have a lot more, so you can explore that by yourself. And guys, one more thing, like in Bash, we can also define our own exit code. Like we can define using the exit keyword. So we can define that can be range from 0 to 255. So using this number, we can also define our own exit code. So now let's move towards the script and try out this. Guys, let's remove this and we can open the sample2.sh. So guys, here we have the script. So now let's clear this screen. So guys, here we have the sample2.sh. Like we have started this with the cbind, and so here we have used the ls command, and here we have used some of the path. Like we want to check whether this path is exist or not. So and here we have done a echo, and we have used the command like $? So this will show us the exit code status of the previous command that we have run. So like here, let's run this script, and guys, here you can see like the exit code is 2, and we got like no such file or directory. Like we know etc and passwords, like with this name any file doesn't exist. So with the correct file path, like let's omit this s, and if now I will save this file, let's do one thing. Now let's run this file. So now here you can see here is the file path and the exit code is 0. Like now it's success. We have successfully run this command. But previously you can see here we have the exit code status that is 2 and like no such file or directory. If we check with the nodes, Like here you can see with a tool that is the misuses or cell built in. So yes, that's all for exit code and like the conditional statements. With the upcoming video we'll learn with more concept. So guys, today we are in the day 4 of base scripting series. So guys, in today's video we will go deep into the loops and arrays in the base scripting. So guys, without wasting the time, let's dive into the computer screen and start today's video. Guys, first of all, let's start with the loops in base scripting. So guys, here we have the theoretical information or the notes. We'll cover this part and then we will move to the practical part. So here first of all, loop. The loop is a control structure that allows a script to execute a block of code repeatedly until a specified condition is met. So basically we will write a block of code in which we will put some of the conditions. So until that condition is satisfied, the code will run. So here we have loops are used when tasks must be repeated, data is processed in a bulk, and automation is required. And iteration over files, IPs, ports, or users is needed. In this case, we will use a loop. So we have the types of loop, like in bash we have three types of loops. One is the for loop, another one is the while loop, and the last one is the until loop. So here we have the information like execute a block of code for each item in a list or range. So this is the for loop. And for the while loop, execute a command while the condition remains true. And the until loop is the opposite of while loop. So guys, don't worry about this. We will cover this for loop and while loop in the practical, so you can clear about this. So in loop we have some of the conditions, like we have the break statement, we have the continue statement. So we will use this break and continue while in a block of code. If we want to break any statement, so there we will use the break keyword. Or in some case we want to continue, either skipping any iteration and we want to continue the things. So at that time we will use the continue keyword. So guys, this is a simple information about the loops. So now we will move towards the practical and we will run the script and we will check about the for loop and while loop. So guys, here we have the sample1.sh. So here we have the base script. So we have started with the shebang. And guys, in this script, we will cover the for loop and the while loop. So here we have a sample for loop, like this is the comment line. And here we have the script like for user in Alice, Bob and Charlie. Here we have three data and here we have the variable. So from here we will start the for loop, like we will echo the user value. And guys, here we have the while loop, like here count equals to 1, and here we have the condition like while count is less than 3, we will echo the count value and it will iterate with plus 1 values. So here we have the sample for loop and here we have the while loop. So let's run this sample code here. Like we know we will use this command and this is sample1.sh. So I will simply give an enter here. And guys, here you can see like for the for loop, here we have the user value is Alice, Bob and Charlie, and it will iterate with you Alice and Bob and then Charlie. So here you can see like echo like user Alice, user Bob and user Charlie. So guys, for the while loop, here you can see we have count equals to 1, and while the count is less than 3, this loop will work. So here you can see first 1, then 2 and then this equals to 3. So it's running properly. So like if I will change this value, like here you can see we can simply change this value to, I will change this 3 to 5 and I will save this one. So now we can do, so here we have the value equals to 5. So now let's run this. So guys, here you can see the count simply runs until 5. And for the for loop we can also add one more value here, like after Charlie if I want, here I will use another one, and let's save this. So you can see here we have another one value. So now let's run this script, and here you can see this is working properly. So guys, in this manner you can run different types of loops like for loops and while loops. So now we can move towards the arrays in bash scripting. So guys, now we can start with the array. So in bash scripting, array is a variable that can store multiple values under a single name, accessed using the index. Like we can access those values with the index number. Like basically with one variable we can store one name, but if we use the array, so with one variable we can store multiple numbers of data. And as we know, in the bash scripting we doesn't have any data types, so we can store multiple values like with different data types. Like we can store the names, we can store the numbers, we can store the symbols, and everything we can store using a single value. So guys, in array we have different characteristics. Like we can start the indexing with the 0. We can store mixed values like I've said. We can store the numbers, we can store the names, the string values, and the symbols. Like we can store the mixed values in a single array. And no fixed size. That in bash scripting, array doesn't have any fixed size and ideal for batch operation. So guys, this is the information about the array. Now we can start with the script. So guys, here we have the script, that is a sample2.sh, and here we have started with the shebang, you can see. So here we have declared an array. Like we have given the variable name as ports, and here we have the values like 22, 80, and 443. So first of all, using the index, we will access the array. Like here we have done the echo port 0, then accessing all the elements. We have used using the symbol, and if you want the array length, the length of the array, so we can use a hashtag before the variable name. So using this command, like here we have accessed only one array using the index, here we have accessed all the elements, and here we will access the length of the array. And after this we have used a loop. Like using one loop we will run all these array values. So we can simply run this array file. Like to run this array we will use a different command, like we will use a bash and here the sample2.sh. So let's run this. So here you can see like the index 0, that is the 22. Here we have the 22. Then here accessing all the elements. So here you can see 22, 80, and 443. So here we have those three values and the length of the array. So here we have three value. So the length of the array is 3. So here you can see we have the 3. And coming to the loop, like we have used a loop with the array, and here we have called the port. So here you can see we have the 22, we have the 80, and we have the 443. So using these commands we can simply access to array in the bash scripting. So guys, today we are in the day 5 of bash scripting series. So guys, in today's video we will discuss about the function in bash scripting. Don't worry, I will give the full playlist link in the I button so that you can access to the full playlist. And in today's video, we will discuss about the function. So without wasting the time, let's dive into the computer screen and start today's video. So guys, let's start with the function. So what is function in a bash script? So guys, function is nothing but a block of code that we use to call again and again a single piece of code. So here we have the definition, like a function is a base in name block for reusable code that perform a specific task and can be executed multiple times within a script. So function is useful in the bash scripting because it breaks the large script into the logic unit, avoid code repetition, improve readability, simplify debugging, and build scalable automation. So here we have the syntax, like how to use the function. So first of all, we have to write the function name, and then we have to provide the bracket, and within the curly bracket we can use our commands. So guys, don't worry about this, we will perform this practically in the script. So now let's learn about the global and local variables. So previously we know about the variables, like it stores the data. But we have two types of variables, like one is the local and another one is the global variable. So global variable is nothing, but it can be accessible everywhere in the script. And local variable is the variable that works inside a specific function only. So now we will move towards the script, and there we can perform this practically about the local variable and the global variable, and we'll perform the function in the best script. So now let's move towards the script. So guys, now we are in the script. Like here you can see we have the sample1.sh, and here we can simply run that script. So guys, here as you can see, like here I have defined a function, like we have given the function name as welcome, and inside that you can see here we have the command, like we have used the echo command, and here I have written one simple line like welcome to the best script. So now after this block of code, here you can see we have called that function. So like here we have the global variable. Like to perform a global variable, first of all we have to define that variable. Like I have given the name, like variable name is name, and here is the value. And after that, here I have created another function and named it as globe. And inside that, here you can see I have used the echo command, and here I have called that variable. And after that, we have called the function. So we'll run this. So as you know, with this simple command, we can run this file. And here you can see, like first we have called here the welcome function, and here is the output. Then here we have called the globe function, and here you can see the globe output. Like here the echo value, here, sorry, here the name value, and here the welcome value. But in case of a local variable, like when we want to use the local variable, that value only works inside a specific function. So we have defined here, like we have given the name as loc, the function name. So to define any local variable, like we have to use the local keyword, and here I have the variable name, and here is the value. So inside that simple block, here I have used the echo command, and we have called the text variable, and here we have used the name variable. As you know, text is the local variable and name is the global variable. So we can use that inside a block of code also. Like we have defined the variable outside the loc function, but we can use that inside the function also. And here I have called the loc function. And at this side, as you can see, here is the output. Like we have both the text value here, we have the name value here. So guys, like this we can use the local and global variable inside a function. So guys, don't worry about the notes and the scripts. I will give all the notes and scripts in the description so you can access to those. So guys, that's all for today's video. So like this video and subscribe to Cybercrust YouTube channel. Thank you.